Hello once again. I promised not to say hi guys at the beginning of another video. I've got my 4 foot long fluorescent shop light set up here so you can actually see what I'm talking about. I replaced the front spoiler on the car. It had one that was pretty beat up, so I put a new one on there. Looks like $1,000,000 now. I also had to do a significant amount of work to touch up numerous dings and issues with the front valence. They quite often will get pranged. People, catch a curb or whatever when they're parking, and then they'll grab the spoiler, pull it back out, and off they go. It's never really quite the same unless you actually get at it and do a bit of proper work to it. So I had, while I had the spoiler off, I did a lot of work to the valence to straighten out that lip that's there, get in behind there, do a bit of paintless dent repair, and numerous touch-ups of chips and scratches. So the car looks really, really nice and blemish-free for the most part. There is one pretty serious ding, and by serious, I don't know, that something obviously impacted the front of the car there. So there's a little ding out of the rubberized undercoat that's present from factory. I don't know if you'll be able to catch what I'm talking about at all. It's really not very noticeable, especially if you're standing up, not down on your knees like I am now. I touched that up with some paint, and it looks great, as does everything else on the front of the car. I did repaint the front bumper with a single stage paint, stripped it down to bare metal, epoxy primed it, painted it, wet sanded it, polished it. Looks really good. Matches the rest of the finish on the car. The headlights are H5, not H4 as previously mentioned, both in really nice shape, and no chips or scratches, maybe some pitting, really not very serious. This car has not been driven in the winter. It really shows because obviously no salt, no sand being strewn up at it. That said, there are a few small rock kind of, I don't know what you call these, chips or dings or sandblasting kind of in the windshield. Looks like, I don't know that the windshield's maybe probably not original to the car, but seems to have been there for a long time. I had it out once to replace the windshield seal. There's no rust or corrosion or anything in the around surrounding the windshield. This is sort of a typical issue with 911s, is that the windshield seal will actually fall into the reveal here, and you can, if you're like me, you're a little OCD, you can walk along and you can pick it back out and get it to sit back up there. You can also push it out, and then it's good for a little while. Minor issue. Seems to be worse on this car on the passenger side than on the driver's side. All three of my 911s have the same issue. There are newer updated parts available that are just a little wider and eliminate that issue if it was to bother you. That's it. We'll leave it at that. Maybe I'll go to the back of the car next.